Hey guys, and welcome to a video I should have made a long time ago covering some of the best PvP or PvE base locations in Ark Survival Evolved for the island, aka vanilla map. Now most of these will be suitable for PvE, but not all of them will be suitable for PvP, and I'll explain why. Anyways, when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. The first location is located in the south around 85 latitude, 54 longitude, and it's quite a large area. Now this place is suitable for PvP and you can build yourself in and build a bunch of turret towers on these rocks, but it will cost you a lot of resources. Beaver dams also have a chance to spawn here, and you have various resources at your disposal around the area, including metal. Now the only big downside to being here is it is in the open on the beach, but you do have access to aquatic dinosaurs. However, finding carnivores in the south is hard, so if you want to tame some carnivores, this will be more difficult and you'll have to travel all the way to the south after taming them. This place is of course also very suitable for PvE as you have some flat beach areas, but you can also build all kinds of towers and skyrocketing buildings on those pieces of rock. Next up, a location in the north, and this is perfect if you're a solo player and you want a slightly hidden base at 18 latitude, 42 longitude. You can hide behind a waterfall. Now, this location doesn't let you build very large, and you shouldn't build very large if you want to stay low profile. However, if being low profile is your playstyle, this is a perfect base location, and you also have various different elevations. Now, resources are nearby, of course, because you're in the snow biome, but fur clothing is recommended because otherwise you will freeze to death too quickly, and it's just going to be much harder, especially on official servers. But other than that, you can find resources, carnivores, and useful dinosaurs around the area quite easily. Next up, we have one of the most popular PvE locations, but also a popular PvP location for large tribes, Herbivore Island, at 85 latitude, 86 longitude. Now this island has metal, trees, airdrops, an aquatic bay, space for aquatic dinosaurs, deeper areas around the area for aquatic dinosaurs, and just all in all, if you have enough metal and you can gate off the island, this is a really good base location, although it is in the open, of course. Also, have fun bringing your tamed Rex all the way from the center or the north on this island. You'll need rafts, but it's slightly annoying to do, let's just say that. I've actually built it before, and without portals or mods, this is really annoying to bring all of your carnivores from the north to here, especially if you don't have a Quetzal. Next up, at 44 latitude, 78 longitude, one of my favorite base locations in the game because it's close to a giga spawn, there's metal, and it's just a nice area to build in if you have 2 or 3 people. You have these 5 massive rocks which you can easily gate off using behemoth gates, once you have the required level of course, and it's just a really easy place to defend. It's high up, it's kind of hidden. Not really, but it does work. And you can use the rocks to build turret towers. You can place your main building in around 2 or 3 locations. Nearby, there's a mountain full of carnivores. You can get your Argentavius tamed. There's crystal. There's metal nearby. It's a really good base location overall, and very easy to defend. Especially if you put a bunch of plant turrets everywhere and spikes and stuff. Next up, around 44 latitude, 62 longitude, we have a base with metal which is high up, and you might need a flyer to build at certain locations here, and you might recognize this area from Slipgator's old series. I believe it was his first season of Ark Survival Evolved. He built here, great PvE location and decent PvP location. You gate off the areas underneath you so you can build a massive dinosaur pen thingy where you can put in all your big carnivores and other large dinosaurs, put turret towers on the top, maybe make your main building on the top as well. There's actually a little area where no ground dinosaurs can get to you, as seen in the video here, which is great if you put a bunch of turrets on here. And sadly, I don't have any screenshots saved on Steam anymore, but I've built here quite a couple of times, and it's a really good base location. Though if you're a smaller tribe, don't really know about that unless you're on a very high rate server. Next up, a location mainly for PvE. I don't really see this becoming a good PvP based location around 56 latitude, 78 longitude. There's a lot of flat areas around. There's a swamp biome nearby. You can get your plant species X quite easily. You can get your frogs, aka bees or bufos, if you want those at least. There's a nice little waterfall here. The water looks nice. I'd say this is more a PvE area than a PvP area, but if you want to build here, don't build too big because it will be very obvious for people raiding you. Other than that, there's not much to say about this. Next up, we have the Pearl Lake, or maybe you call this the Oasis, depending on which YouTubers you watched back in the day. Anyways, this is an amazing PvP and PvE location, probably one of the best looking locations in the game apart from the Redwood biome one coming up. Now, if you're doing PvP, this is quite a large area, so it's quite hard to defend, but at the same time, it's easy to defend as you only have 3 big entrances. Use behemoth gates to gate those off. Make your main building either in the water, if you don't want the beaver dams anymore for cementing paste, or on the side on the flat areas. Build some turret towers around, spike off the outer edge, and you should be fine. Use metal spikes, by the way, don't forget those. Now, if you go outside of this massive area, you can easily find yourself T-Rexes, carnivores, even Giga Spawns, Raptors, Carnos, Scorpions, whatever you may need. And you can find metal at the mountains or at the surrounding areas. Not too bad. Next up, the well-known Carno Island, which is a very dangerous starting location, but other than that, really, really good. Massive area, super cool for PvE. Decent for PvP, I guess, but it's again a very large area to defend. There are some mega tribes that have built crazy bases here. I've seen one of them in an official server. If you're a small tribe, just don't build here unless you're on a PvE server, which is completely safe. There's also a cave nearby here. Lots of carnivores, like I said. And all in all, just a great location. And there isn't too much to say about it. There aren't too many flat areas, so you have to use a lot of pillars and ceilings here and there, not just foundations. You can easily find metal here as well. There are some metal spawns around here, including very high quality metal. You have alpha spawns, so you can easily level up your dinosaurs. And you, of course, have access to aquatic dinosaurs quite easily because it's an island. Next up, a bunch of PvP and PvE locations in the snow biome. This island here has aquatic access, oil, pearls, organic polymer from the penguins, etc. Lots of good things around, metal around. This location you're seeing here on the ledge is especially good for PvP as it only has one entrance for ground dinosaurs, so you only really have to fear Quetzal raiding and stuff like that. Not so much from ground dinosaurs because you can just spam behemoth gates in row after row. This location you're seeing here is pretty flat at some areas, also has metal nearby. However, if you do build on the metal spawns will of course disappear. This spot is usually also taken in a lot of servers for whatever reason. I've seen this happen throughout the years, I don't know why, but it's a popular spot for people to build in, especially small little cubicon buildings. Other than that, the snow biome is of course dangerous because there's a lot of carnivores, but it's a really effective base location if you can set yourself up there without dying from the cold. The next base location is slightly up the mountain, again good for resources and easily defendable apart from one little entrance at the back which goes all the way down. This is of course at the Blue Obelisk. Very powerful location for big tribes, and I've seen this spot being taken quite often. Very annoying to get your dinosaurs up here, but other than that, really good base location, and I won't say too much about this. Also for PvE, you can see these massive flat spots on the sides as well we can build if you'd like to. And the last location, sadly of course no underwater or cave locations because cave damage a few years ago was increased to 6 times because cave bases were just too overpowered. Anyways, this location is located in the beautiful Redwood biome at 62 latitude, 33 longitude. Excellent location for a large building, mostly PvE. I don't see this necessarily being very useful for a PvP base, but I'll let you people watching the video judge that by yourself. There's also a cave location nearby if you were curious. Anyways, with that being said, those are some of the best and some of my personal favorite base locations in Ark Survival Evolved on the Vanilla Island map. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found that helpful. If you did, please leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.